As president of the senior class, I welcome you to this commencement and hereby proclaim it officially convened.
Young men, please remove your caps. Please join me in the singing of the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that the flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated.
It is my honor to welcome our distinguished guests, the administration, faculty, staff, parents, loved ones, family, friends, and most importantly, the MSMS graduating class of 2022. We are gathered here today to celebrate an important chapter in an amazing story. A story filled with action, suspense, drama, and excitement. A story that is unique in every shape and form, with the main villain being microscopic. This is our story, the story of the MSMS class of 22. Pages upon pages have been inked with exciting tales of us, studying before going to bed, Alum 59, through traversing through Lake Hooper during monsoon season, and hearing Miss Trina utter her famous war cry, "No food or trash on the floor." We are not the COVID class. We are the heroic class who has fought off more fiendish demons than Dr. Morgan's AP Chem test. We came here with goals in mind and a future that is waiting to be transcribed. Yes, we have fallen, like many of us, on Dr. E's poetry quizzes. Yes, there have been rough nights, such as someone setting off the fire alarm. And yes, there have been times when we would binge on DoorDash because we feared what the cafeteria would serve that day. But at the end of the day, we got up. It didn't matter how far down we were because there was always someone to pick us back up. Those hands represent the future physicians, lawyers, engineers, architects, directors, and more. While this chapter closes, our story is not over. All of us are the main characters in our story, giving us the responsibility of enacting change, a change that is to set this world onto a whole new course, a change that can forever be engraved in our history. Now, I will say one last thing from an important figure in my life, Squidward Tentacles. After going on your life-changing journey, you now realize that you don't want what you thought you wanted. What you wanted was inside of you all along. Again, welcome to our 2022 Mississippi School for Mathematics and Science Commencement.
We appreciate everyone who's helped prepare this class of 2022 for their journey through life. We're extremely grateful to Mississippi's taxpayers who enable us to provide a challenging academic environment for academically talented young people. We're grateful to the leaders of our state and our community who support education, to the leaders and citizens of our country, to our alumni and friends who support us through their gifts and talents. At this time, I would like to recognize our platform guests who are not on the program, as well as special groups in attendance today. MSMS is governed by the Mississippi Department of Education under the leadership of State Superintendent Dr. Carrie Wright. Dr. Kim Benton, Interim Deputy State Superintendent and Chief Academic Officer, is with us today representing the Department of Education. I would also add, if you haven't seen the announcement, that she will be the Interim State Superintendent of Education beginning July 1st. She is also proud to be the grandmother of an MSMS alumni. Dr. Benton, thank you for joining us today for this celebration of the class of 2022. Dr. Kim Benton.
Good morning. Thank you for inviting me here, Mr. Smith, to share in today's graduation ceremony. On behalf of Dr. Wright, our State Superintendent, and the State Board of Education, I extend sincere congratulations to the class of 2022 graduates of the Mississippi School for Mathematics and Science. I would also like to express appreciation to the family members, the friends, the MSMS staff, for the support provided to each of these fine young people as they have worked to reach this milestone. Each of you have made an investment in our MSMS graduates, and I have absolutely no doubt that your investment will yield tremendous dividends. I am sure we have parents here, grandparents here, who are wondering how in the world could time have gone by so quickly. Is that true? Yes. It doesn't seem like it was that long ago that your child was toddling off to preschool or kindergarten, and now here they are as young adults ready to embark on that next big adventure, set on pursuing their goals and dreams. Throughout the auditorium, as we walked in, as I look around now, I see faces beaming with pride. Graduates, you've worked hard. You've remained focused, and you've taken advantage of opportunities to gain knowledge and skills that will be necessary to prepare you in this next chapter of life. You did it. You did it. Does that sink in yet? Milestone achievements like this, though, happen over time. 2 years ago, you took a big, bold step of faith as you left the familiar comfort of home to complete your education at this extraordinary school. Your family members were very courageous and unselfish as well, because they were seeking out the specialized educational opportunities where you could refine your unique gifts and talents and excel. Speaking of excellence, the Mississippi School for Mathematics staff and students have consistently been recognized as state and national leaders of exemplary achievements. A few of those that I'll share with you now. Continued recognition in 2022 as one of the top public high schools in the nation by niche. That's something to celebrate, right? Absolutely. And there's more, MSMS was ranked the 17th best public high school in the United States. In our state of Mississippi, MSMS earned the #1 rating for the best public high school and the best public high school teachers. You even had a representative on the State Board of Education. Mississippi State Board of Education Senior Student Representative Amy Zhang was one of 9 Mississippi students selected as a semi-finalist for the 2022 U.S. Presidential Scholars Program, which only honors the nation's most distinguished graduating high school seniors. MSMS consistently reports for all their students exceptional ACT scores, graduation rates 100% always, amazing scholarship awards, and post-secondary completion rates. MSMS remains Mississippi's only residential public high school that's dedicated to serving our state's most academically gifted and talented students with an emphasis on STEM education. So as you can see, MSMS has definitely rebounded from the pandemic and continues to create an exceptional environment that allows our students here, those in front of us, to excel and thrive and be their very best. Graduates, a little message for you. As you step out today, your future has unparalleled opportunities, and you're going to have a lot of responsibilities and a lot of decisions to make. Things like, what educational path will I pursue next? What classes will I attend? How hard will I study? Will I order DoorDash? I think I heard that. Where will you work? Where will you live? Who you will associate with after graduation. Now that last decision is a really big one. Friends are like elevator buttons. They take you up or they take you, help me? Down, that's right. So you want to pick friends that are going to lift you up and help you achieve all those goals that you have. That'll help you stay encouraged and help you stay focused. I also challenge you, though, one more thing, to act with your heart and your mind equally, because your achievements and how intelligent you are, they will mean nothing in the long run if you cannot act with kindness, respect, and integrity. So you choose to be honest and you live with your values and you maintain that strong moral compass. It may not always be the most popular thing to do, but it will always be the right thing to do. Today you graduate. And know this, that you have amazing potential and the opportunities are endless. There's a great big world out there waiting for you, and all of us, all of our guests, they're going to be watching and cheering you on. Congratulations to the class of 2022.
Thank you, Dr. Benton. Leadership at the school level is provided by a team of administrators, each responsible for a specific focus area. I know you know them all, but I would like to recognize them and ask them to stand and remain standing until all have been recognized. Our Director of Academic Affairs, Dr. Clear Moore, our Director of Student Affairs, Ms. Leanne Alexander, our Director for School Advancement, Dr. Yolanda Cook. Please accept our appreciation for all you do. The group of seniors who graduate today do so because of their hard work and dedication, but also because of the outstanding and talented residence life staff, office staff, and faculty that we have here at MSMS. Their belief in the special nature of our student population has resulted in a learning experience second to none. I ask members of MSMS Residence Life and office staff to please stand and remain standing. I also ask MSMS faculty to stand. And if there are teachers of members of this class who are present with us today, former teachers, please stand with our faculty. And everyone, please give them the recognition they deserve. I'd like to recognize a very special group of student leaders. Our student government president and his cabinet, our senior class president, and the class officers. Would all of you please stand now and receive a round of applause. Thank you for your outstanding leadership throughout the year. We're fortunate to have the support from many entities, but I would like to particularly recognize Columbus Mayor Keith Gaskin, additionally, if there are any members of the Mississippi Legislature, members of the State Board of Education, members of our advisory board, foundation board, or members of the faculty or administration of Mississippi University for Women who may be in attendance, would you please stand? Well, we'll give them applause in absentia. A group that is growing in number and is soon to be joined by members of the class of 2022. Would any MSMS alumni who are present please stand and be recognized? Come on, I know there are a few of you out there. As we graduate more and more students, we find that our alumni are scattered throughout the world, where they are ambassadors not only for MSMS, but for the entire state of Mississippi. And now for the most important group, those who served as your first teachers. Those who have lent support to you in so many ways, beginning by allowing you, our seniors, to leave home early and join the MSMS family. Would all parents, grandparents, friends, and family members please stand and be recognized by a round of applause? Please. And remember, parents, as I tell you every time I have the opportunity, you are part of this family too, a vital part. Thank you for your sharing, your willingness to share your students with us, and thank you for your ongoing support of MSMS as we move forward. At this time, I call on Mr. Jordan Isbell to present the student declamation.
We often hear overused phrases along the lines of always move forward and don't stay stuck on the past. While this can hold sound advice, I think all of us can agree that there is no shame in reflecting on our past selves to remember how we were in for one of the most surreal moments we have ever and will ever face in attending MSMS. Of course, everyone here has had a different experience with the school. Some savored every waking day and made sure to find every cornerstone of the school. Others found it to be an unforgiving torment that they survived through rather than lived through. Whatever side you may be on, with sides being in the hundreds, I can safely say that none of us has ever experienced anything like this before. For the longest, intelligence has always garnered a skewed perception. I'm sure most of us was deemed President of the United States or the genius who will solve all diseases. Whenever our standardized test results came back, it showed 95th percentile rankings. I still remember all the times I had to leave my hometown and hear my grandma say, "Have fun at your little college, dear." And me always replying, "Thanks, Grandma. It's still not a college." But attending MSMS allowed us to be around Mississippi's smartest and brightest minds. And in that time, throughout our struggles and predicaments, there is no doubt that we are the shining example of how there is more to intelligence than simply looking at the highest scores on the test. From the very beginning, our class was already set in different stone due to the pandemic greatly affecting our attendance in school. I'm sure all of us share the same sentiments on how unorthodox our junior year was, which made it all the more challenging to attend the #1 school in the state. Not only were we dealing with concerns of our internet connection going out, or our siblings coming in at the wrong time to yell out their unfiltered emotions, much to the teacher's surprises, but we were also missing out on a core foundation of what MSMS exemplified. We've heard about the diversity one would see as they walk through campus, and a community that banded together to create unforgettable moments. But these intangibles seem to slip away from our class and threaten to be only a luxury that other classes could cherish. Yet during our senior year, we managed to defeat all odds. In almost any case, if one receives half of any substance, it's rational to believe that it isn't satisfactory. Half of a rocket blueprint doesn't send into outer space, half of an apartment complex doesn't house all of its residents, and half of the food in a cafeteria doesn't give us enough reason to stop door dashing. Despite that perceived notion, our class managed to take half of our time here at MSMS and transform it into a senior year that held memories on par with classes that have been together for 2 years. During our time on campus, we've held club meetings, attended ceremonies, danced at parties, embraced our classmates, and found some form of outlet that enabled us to express ourselves. But we've also cried at 11:59 p.m. Excused our 20-minute tardies on the train being slow. Calculated if we would still have a passing grade if we decided not to turn in an assignment. And fell into a descent of madness whenever we asked an email thread about cheese. In a moment, those moments became lighthearted or depressing experiences that didn't seem to have any significant value. But in the grand scheme of our time here, those moments reflected our personalities that shifted into our unique expression of how we display our intelligence. I've witnessed the next great novelists and poets win prestigious awards, ranging from thought-provoking essays about the concept of life to traumatic poems about their worst first kiss. I've witnessed creative and innovative minds get together to perform step shows, display powerful dramatic acts, and win awards and medals in robotics. And I've also seen them try to appeal punishments because the handbook didn't say anything about not taking up 4 washers and dryers. Despite the excellence we see every day on campus, we cannot be oblivious to the bad days. People might expect students of our caliber to never endure any academic struggles, but in reality, there have been several moments where we have questioned our potential, or why we even apply here in the first place. But as we sit here and celebrate the grandest day of our MSMS life, could we have truly appreciated our brightest moments if the bad days never existed? How can we learn about ourselves and what we are prepared for if we aren't willing to accept our mistakes? How can we find our passion for acting if we are afraid to sign up for a drama club or perform on stage? And how can we learn to grow as a writer and express our voice in an articulate passion if we are always afraid to open up the writer responses made by English teachers? Although if you ever taken Mr. Richardson's class, you understand that his responses are the most terrifying thing in the universe. So maybe I'll give that one the exception. Yes, bad moments are unfortunate. And yes, no one wants to have their life defined by them. But when we are under an establishment that oozes excellence through every student, there are times where we underestimate our own abilities because of how common talent seems within other people. But our years at MSMS express the belief that it is more important to not count the time, but to make the time count. And through that, we've been taught lessons, permanent lessons that will help us shape our rating journey, lessons that will give us a reason to call our former classmates and talk to them for good time's sake, lessons that will carry through our former hometown and serve as a template of how to approach yourself. We may argue that we should be grateful that we have found ourselves at MSMS, but in reality, it is the school, the very establishment, that should appreciate finding itself through us. So as we venture off into our separate paths, take pride in knowing that despite the self-doubts and internalized crises we have endured, we will never discredit the mark we have left at the #1 school at our state and in the future. Thank you.
A member of the inaugural class at MSMS, Mickey Gousei excelled in science, as well as music here, co-authoring the school alma mater. Mr. Gousei graduated from Mississippi State University in 1995 with degrees in physics and computer science. Following his graduation from MSU, Mr. Gousei decided to stay in Mississippi to contribute to the communities of our home state, first in Jackson and then in Tupelo, where he resides with his family today. During his distinguished career, he has been recognized 13 times by Microsoft as a Microsoft Most Valuable Professional for his contributions to the development community. He also was lead author on 4 best-selling technical books around application lifecycle management, and he has presented at technical conferences worldwide. Since 2018, Mr. Gousei has worked for Microsoft as a DevOps architect. In this role, he works closely with Microsoft's largest customers and has traveled the world speaking at conferences, user groups, and code camps. Please join me in giving a warm MSMS welcome to our 2022 commencement speaker, Mr. Mickey Gousei.
I'm not sure I want to follow what Jordan did, but I'm going to give it a shot. So, hey, graduates. All right. And hello to all the faculty and staff and the friends and family and everyone here that has gathered today to celebrate your achievement, because it is an achievement. Trust me, I know. Last time I was on this stage in front of an MSMS crowd was 32 years ago when I was expected to sing the alma mater that we had written, and I was petrified. And don't worry, I'm not going to do it now. We're doing that a little bit later. And other than right now, I'm not even going to mention the pandemic. So I've been racking my brains for months now about what to talk about with y'all. And I've written this talk several times. First thing I came up with was to talk to you about the old days, kind of tell you how we appropriated chemicals from the chem lab to build nitroglycerin in our dorm room. True story. Or how we filled the headmaster's office with packing peanuts during the day of graduation. I hope you locked your office. But, and while that might be fun, and I'm happy to provide you with all of those stories a little bit later, I didn't think those would be best for the graduation speech. So I'm going to take the speech in a little bit of a different direction. And unfortunately, Dr. Bennett and Jordan have stolen some of my thunder, because you're going to hear a couple of themes from there that in mine as well, but it should be interesting. So y'all are about to go graduate, go off to college, go off to work, do whatever it is you're going to do next. And I kind of wanted to share a few things with you, if you don't mind, that when I was sitting right where you are, I kind of wish someone had told me. And these are even things that, at my age now, I'm still happy to be learning new things. So, in no particular order, here's one of my number one things. Don't worry about what other people think about you. Now, what I don't mean by that is don't just go out and insult people and violate general etiquette. But what I do mean is don't worry about what other people think about you, especially the nebulous they. I can't do that because they'll have a problem with it. Who's they? Right? I let fear control me for the longest time in high school and in college to stop me from doing things because I was concerned about what people might think about me. And then at some point the switch flipped and I went, oh, okay. I can be my true self. I can do some of the things that I want to do and I don't have to worry about what those other people think about me. And that's led me to go from an introverted person who I literally could not talk in crowds of more than 2 to get to be up here today and do this. This is awesome. So seriously, don't sweat it. But my next little topic is the one I could have written the whole speech on, and I actually did at one point, and then I've kind of revised it a little bit. But the next one is this. You're going to fail. Everybody in this room has failed at some point in time. Failure happens to everyone. You're going to get your butt handed to you, and you're not going to be able to accomplish what you tried to accomplish. But it's okay. It is okay to fail. And that's something that I wish I had known sooner. Because all back through high school and through college, I would not do anything if I thought I was going to fail at it. Heck, even in my career, there are things I have not done because I was scared that I was going to fail. And if I knew I couldn't be successful at it, I wouldn't do it. And when I did fail, it would throw me into such a funk, and I would think that, I couldn't be successful at anything. And I'm sure a lot of you can probably relate to that. I got a couple of my early examples are here at MSMS of my failure. My junior year, I almost got kicked out because my grades in trig, my grades in English were just really bad. And I couldn't understand that because I came from Yazoo City. In Yazoo City, I just sailed through all those classes. I never studied. And I thought I could come to MSMS and do the exact same thing. And that did not happen. I failed. Now, luckily, through the help of teachers, through the help of my classmates, I was able to pull those grades back up. I was able to learn some new study habits, and I was able to move forward. But that was a tough time for me. I shut down, and I almost quit on my own. I mean, I felt like I sucked. Another example of failure, the Alma Mater. That's actually version 2. The first version we wrote, we gave it to the governing committee, and they asked us to rewrite it because they felt it was, in their quote, a little bleak and depressing. So remember, we were the first class. We were the guinea pigs for all of what you see now. But we rewrote it. It's a little bit better now. College, quantum physics kicked my butt up, down, and sideways. There's just no way to handle that. And work. Even in my work life, I've got so many examples. From not being prepared for a meeting to deleting the entire company database so that we lost all of our customers. Failure happens. But here is the thing. And I'm harping on all these failures to make a point with this. It's okay to fail as long as you learn from it. It's okay to not do something correctly as long as you analyze it, you learn from it, and you figure out a better way to do it. You're going to hear this concept referred to as a growth mindset. And this is a huge concept inside of Microsoft that Satya, our CEO, brought to us back in 2015. Learn from your mistakes, all right? Because you're always going to fail. There's always going to be a failure the next time, and you need to be able to learn and grow from that failure. Because everyone fails. Everybody. The problem is, right now, in this day of perfect Instagram photos and perfect TikTok dances, and yes, if you do a little bit of searching, you can find me doing some of those TikTok dances. But in this day of perfect photos and things on social media, you compare yourself to that and you go, I can't do that. Why is my life not like that? Life is a failure. Well, first off, a lot of that stuff is all posed and fake anyway. But those people are also failing. It's what you do afterwards that matter. It's how you pick yourself up and learn from it and move forward from that matters. I mean, this concept of a growth mindset was even known a couple of thousand years ago, back in Roman times. One of the top 4 Roman emperors, Marcus Aurelius, who was also one of the great Stoics, actually has a quote about growth mindset and it being okay to fail. And I give you this exactly as he wrote it 2,000 years ago. If someone is able to show me that why I think or do is not right, I will happily change, for I seek the truth, by which no one was ever truly harmed. It is the person who continues in his self-deception and ignorance who is harmed. So it's okay to fail. Just try to learn from it. Try to do it a little bit better. Now, all of y'all are smart. All of y'all are technically smart. I know all of y'all are technically smart, right? You definitely, from the math and science perspective, you've got it. And for the longest time, I thought that's all I needed. As long as I knew the latest computer language, as long as I knew the latest technology, I would be able to succeed. But I have bad news for you. That's only going to get you so far. All right, are your good grades and your high test scores going to get you into the college you want or get you probably into that initial job that you want? Absolutely. Are those going to get you long-term where you want to go? No. The thing long-term that's going to drive your life, your work life, your personal life, all of that is relationships. Now, I got good news for you. You've been building those relationships now. And I've got classmates of mine from 32 years ago that I still talk to on a weekly basis. That's how much of a family this math and science school makes of people. But the thing is, you've got to learn to build these relationships. And building relationships, for some people, it's super easy. For me, it is torture. It is very, very difficult. But it is a skill that you can learn. So if you take anything from this little comment, it's that you need to work on learning on how to build those relationships. That's going to be very important in your life, both work-wise and career-wise. Now, it doesn't take much to tell somebody thank you, right? It doesn't take much to give somebody a compliment. And what you don't understand is how much that compliment is going to mean to that person, the impact it can have on that person. You might not see it, but psychologically to that person, giving someone a compliment, telling someone thank you, it takes 2 seconds of your time, but it can have a lifetime impact on people. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is this. After graduation, you need to come find a teacher up here that has made a difference to you, and you need to tell them thank you. Because I guarantee you that while you think all these teachers know it, they don't necessarily. And reinforcing that from y'all is going to mean such the difference. I missed that opportunity with several of my teachers who have unfortunately passed away, like Miss Perry and Dr. McNeil. And then I've got other teachers that aren't here anymore that I still never got the chance to really tell that to, like Dr. Poston or Mrs. Richardson. Don't miss your opportunity. And around this whole thing about saying thanks, if somebody gives you a compliment, just take it. How many times has somebody given you a compliment and you've gone, oh, no, that's not right. That's not that. No, thank you, but that's not true. Come on, just take it. It doesn't take any effort to accept that compliment. And by denying or deflecting that compliment back to the person, you're being rude and devaluing what that person thinks. This took me a long time to learn. So just say thank you. Now, you're about to all go off and do whatever the heck you want to do. I'm going to tell you this. Life is too short not to do something that you like. And I'm going to use my daughter Emma as an example. Emma graduated from MUW last June with a degree in speech pathology. And about 2 weeks before she graduated, she told me, Dad, I don't want to do speech pathology. And I said, okay. She said, I want to do environmental work. Now, Emma could have said, but, we've already spent so much time and so much money getting this degree, I guess I'm just going to do it. And by doing that, she would have fallen victim to a theory they call the sunk cost fallacy. And this is a theory that describes our tendency, humans' tendency, to continue to follow through with an endeavor if they've already invested time or money or effort into it, even if they're getting reduced, benefit back from it, or if it's not something they want to do. But she didn't do that. She has got so much more gusto than I ever had at that age, because she just picked herself up a week after graduation, moved to Seattle, is now working for Earth Corps, and has now been doing environmental work for a year, and she absolutely loves it. So do something you like, for work, for hobby, whatever. Make sure whatever you're spending your time doing, it's something that you really want to do. Now, I'm getting close to the end, I promise. But May is Mental Health Month. And I want to make sure that one of the things that kind of ties in with the last thing I said is this. You need to take care of your mental health. You need to take care of you. Your job is going to give you vacation days. Take them. At Microsoft, we get unlimited vacation. And they encourage us to take at least a week every quarter and sometimes even shut the company down for a week to 2 weeks a year with pay to ensure that people are getting the rest and relaxation that they need. As an adult, and I know that all the parents in here can feel this way, and probably a lot of you students as well, you feel like you have to be constantly going, constantly doing, constantly checking that next thing off the list, right? And I felt this way for the longest time, but here's the secret: you don't, okay? Get done what needs to get done, but take time for you, and I promise you're not going to regret it. Now, as I'm wrapping up, I got to thank you all. Thank you all so much for letting me come speak, because this is honestly one of my bucket list items, to get to come back and give back to the Math and Science School, and I really, really appreciate that. And hopefully you've gotten your money's worth out of it. I'm not getting paid, but I don't know if this was the type of speech you wanted when you picked me, but it's the one you got, and hopefully you got something out of it. And you're all going to be successful, right? You're all going to be successful in whatever you do. The Math and Science School is one of the toughest schools that are out there. I know that. I went through it. I know what y'all have gone through to get there. You're going to easily be able to handle whatever comes next. Now, some of the stuff I've talked to you about today, you're going to go, duh, I knew that. And maybe it'll impact you now. Maybe it'll impact you 5 years from now. And this is just honestly the tip of the iceberg of all the advice you're going to get throughout your entire life. Trust me, you're going to get a lot of advice. But I'm going to leave you with this one phrase. I'm going to leave you with this one question that when I have to make a difficult decision, when I have to make a life-changing decision, when I have to decide something that, may or may not impact other people, this is the question I ask myself to help determine if I'm making the right decision. And that question is this: what choice should I make that's going to allow me to sleep tonight? What choice can I make that's going to let me put my head on that pillow, fall asleep, wake up the next morning, and feel good about myself? The answer to that question is always going to be the right decision. Now, that's enough of me talking. Let's get on with the good stuff. Thank you, everybody.
As the Director for Academic Affairs, after careful scrutiny of the requirements submitted to my office, I have found that all our graduates have completed the requirements for graduation. I therefore certify that these 100 candidates for graduation have fully satisfied the requirements prescribed by the Mississippi School for Mathematics and Science. Mr. Smith, Dr. Benton, they now await your confirmation.
Parents, students, faculty members, and distinguished guests, Executive Director Smith and Dr. Moore have certified that the students of the class of 2022 have fulfilled the requirements of high school graduation set forth by the State Department of Education. On behalf of the State Board of Education and our State Superintendent, Dr. Carrie Wright, I declare that these students are graduates of the Mississippi School for Mathematics and Science and are entitled to all the rights and privileges thereof.
Family and guests, please remember that we're very proud of each of these seniors, and the family of each senior deserves the right to hear their child's name and plans. Please provide a level of decorum that's expected of an occasion of this importance. Dr. Moore, you may proceed with the issuing of the diplomas.
Anthem Chukuma Ahananu. Greenwood High School, the University of Southern Mississippi, Public Health. Hayden Michael Anderson. Heritage Academy, Mississippi State University, Pre-Medicinal Biochemistry. Xander Bozeman. Amory High School, Millsaps College, Psychology. Margaret Elizabeth Buck. Senatobia High School, Mississippi State University, Pre-Veterinary Biochemistry. Reagan Delise Carroll. Leake Academy, Mississippi State University, International Business and German. Mackenzie Chung. Northwest Rankin High School, Brandeis University, Computer Science. Hunter Jacob Chun. Arizona State University Prep Digital High School, Mississippi State University, Chemical Engineering. Anne-Marie Frida Coatney. Starkville High School, Mississippi State University, Chemical Engineering. Sydney Louise Cooksey. Biloxi High School, the University of Mississippi, Russian. Zaria Shalise Cooper. Oak Grove High School, Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College, Chemistry and French. Zoe McKenna Damasus. Clinton High School, the University of Southern Mississippi, Nursing and Health Science. Micah Sidney Dees. Eupora High School, University of New Mexico, Nuclear Engineering. Joanna K. Dickerson. Mize Attendance Center, Mississippi State University, Biochemistry and Forensic Science. Nicholas Lee Jajos. Northwest Rankin High School, Columbia University, Chemical Engineering. Elena Ruth Eaton. Gulfport High School, the University of Oklahoma, Pre-Medicinal Biology. Madison Sky Flowers. Grenada High School, Mississippi State University, Pre-Medicinal Biological Sciences. Eric Lewan Franklin, Jr. Meridian High School, Howard University, Computer Science. Hannah Cornelia Franklin. Sharkey Issaquena Academy, Swanee, the University of the South, Environment and Sustainability. Emily Deanna Gamble. Hillcrest Christian School, Mississippi College, Biology. Carolina Francis Graham. Columbus High School, the University of Mississippi, Civil Engineering. Dylan Andrew Griffith. D'Iberville High School, Mississippi State University. Congratulations, and you're going to the right school. Chemical Engineering. Evangelia Votania Geigli. Hernando High School, University of Wisconsin, Oshkosh, Biology. Nathan Matthew Guy. West Jones High School, the University of Mississippi, International Studies. Logan Audrey Harden. Hernando High School, Mississippi State University, undecided. Sophia Leslie Hines. Lamar School, the University of Mississippi, Engineering and Business Administration. Tyler William Hung. Humphreys County High School, Mississippi State University, Chemical Engineering. Jordan Malik Isbell. Oklahoma High School, the University of Mississippi, Journalism and Sports Communication. Rachel Zamika Raquel Jameson. Noxubee County High School, the University of Mississippi, Pre-Medicinal Biology. Tucker Case Judon. Wesson Attendance Center, Mississippi State University, Aeronautical Engineering. Caleb Nelson Jenkins. Center Hill High School, the University of Texas at Dallas, Visual and Performing Arts. Madison Page Johnson. Laurel Christian High School, University of Alabama at Birmingham, Pre-Medicinal Biomedical Sciences. Michaela Orlisha Jones. Nettleton High School, Mississippi State University, Biomedical Engineering. Raid Ayman Kabir. Biloxi High School, the University of Alabama, Mathematics and Economics. Matthew Beckel Capes. Heritage Academy, Mississippi State University, Forensic Science. Mackenzie Elise Knighton. Thomas E. Edwards Senior High School, the University of Mississippi, Public Policy Leadership. Zuyi Lee. Gulfport High School, the University of Southern California, Aerospace Engineering. Kevin Liu. DeSoto Central High School, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, Chemistry. John Richard May III. Murrah High School. Undecided? Undecided. Jacob Wesley McGee. Raymond High School, Mississippi State University, Aquaculture. Joshua Hunter McGee. Raymond High School, Mississippi State University, Computer Engineering. Kashama Mehta. Tupelo High School, Mississippi State University, Computer Science. Alan Fan Meng. Starkville High School, Mississippi State University, Computer Science. Everett Carter Miller. Southeast High School, Mississippi State University, Mechanical Engineering. Jacob Benjamin Miller. Potts Camp High School, the University of Mississippi, Computer Science. Christopher Charles Moody. Ocean Springs High School, Vassar College, undecided. Molly Elizabeth Mosley. Clinton Christian Academy, Mississippi State University, pre-veterinary biochemistry. Nala Kirkland Nathan. West Lauderdale High School, Mississippi State University, business and marketing. Antoine Chu Quan Nguyen. D. Iberville High School, Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College, computer science. Liam Ningtho. Starkville High School, the University of California, Berkeley, computer science. Acadiana Elise Panel. Saltillo High School, the University of Mississippi, biomedical engineering. Karina Prakash Patel. Columbus High School, Mississippi State University, industrial engineering. Kushi Babubai Patel. Hillcrest Christian School, the University of Mississippi, biology.
Nidhi Rajesh Patel. Starkville High School, the University of Mississippi, biomedical engineering. Nina Shamir Patel. Terry High School, the University of Mississippi, nursing. Vidi Mayur Patel. Macomb High School, University of Alabama at Birmingham, biomedical engineering. Kanaya Yashel Perkins. Thomas E. Edwards Senior High School, undecided, neuroscience. Madeline Faith Phillips. Abeka Academy, Louisiana State University, nutrition and dietetics, pre-med. Mackenzie Janae Pitts. DeSoto Central High School. Tennessee State University, Architectural Engineering. Amelia Jane Pope. Amory High School, the University of Mississippi, International Studies and Arabic. Ezekiel Samuel Pulido. Meridian High School, Mississippi State University, Software Engineering. Lucas Aaron Rader. Starkville High School, Mississippi State University, Mathematics. Keon Alexander Rahimi. Starkville High School, Brown University, Computer Science and Cognitive Neuroscience. Dalton James Rayner. Clarkdale High School, Mississippi State University, Mathematics and Physics. Madeline Avery Rayner. D'Iberville High School, Mississippi State University, Chemical Engineering. Stephanie Lynn Russell. St. Martin High School, the University of Colorado Boulder, Aerospace Engineering. Caitlin May Riles. Northwest Rankin High School, the University of Alabama, International Studies. Jaden Devon Rich. West Point High School, the University of Mississippi, Accounting. Kayla Marie Riley. Heritage Academy, the University of Alabama, Architectural Engineering. Kayla Ray Roark. Horn Lake High School, Mississippi State University, Psychology. Audrey Page Robinson. Cleveland Central High School, University of Montevallo, Design and Technology Theater. Jordan Macy Rogers. Lafayette High School, the University of Mississippi, Computer Science and Biomedical Engineering. Avian Delaney Rose. Cleveland Central High School, Mississippi State University, Aerospace Engineering. Lauren Grace Rutherford. Morville High School, Millsaps College, Biochemistry. Danielle Khalees Ryans. Heidelberg High School, Colorado College, Mathematics, Computer Science, and Education. Adav Kumar Sinthal. Let's go, Adav! Northwest Rankin High School, Mississippi State University, Biomedical Engineering. Haley Renee Sexton. D'Iberville High School, Mississippi State University, Philosophy. Chloe Ann Sharp. Oxford High School, Rensselaer Polytechnic Institution, Environmental Engineering. Avery Madeline Short. Bioacademy, Mississippi State University, Biological Sciences, Pre-Med. J. Boucher Snodgrass. West Lauderdale High School, Mississippi State University, Architecture. Alexis Diane Sword. Byhalia High School, Christian Brothers University, Mechanical Engineering. Emma Marie Spinks. Cleveland Central High School, Mississippi State University, Biology. Kenijah Queen Sullivan. Port Gibson High School, the University of Southern Mississippi, Finance. Sam Sun. Starkville High School, Purdue University, Materials Engineering. Chingun Sak Erden. Starkville High School, Wesleyan University, Economics. Destiny Tran Van. Kosciuszko High School, the University of Mississippi, Biochemistry. Vanille Vanga. Madison Central High School, Mississippi State University, Biochemistry Pre-Med. Vineeth Vanga. Madison Central High School, Mississippi State University, Biochemistry and Pre-Med. Ann Elizabeth Wallace. Olive Branch High School, Northwest Community College, undeclared. Jaden Ariana Wesley. Choctaw Central High School, the University of California, Los Angeles, pre-business economics. Sydney Sari Weatherby. Ridgeland High School, the University of Southern Mississippi, forensics, chemistry, and biochemistry. Paul Hill Wilburn III. Grenada High School, Delta State University, computer science and accounting. Bailey Katarina Wilson. Greene County High School, Mississippi State University, biomedical engineering. Chelsea Paige Wilson. Greenwood High School, the University of Southern Mississippi, biomedical engineering. Taylor Paige Wipiski. Our Lady Academy, Virginia Tech, architecture. Jessica Cindy Yan. Starkville High School, Princeton University, civil and environmental engineering. Lisa Seshing Yang. Hattiesburg High School, Mississippi State University, biomedical engineering. Andrew Saw Yu. Starkville High School, Carnegie Mellon University, electrical and computer engineering. Shawan Yu. Northwest Rankin High School, Purdue University, computer engineering. Amy Sing Sing Zhang. Starkville High School, the University of Pennsylvania, economics. Amanda Mandy Zhou. White Station High School, Vanderbilt University, computer science.
Class of 2022, please rise. At this time, you will move your tassels from the right side of your mortarboard to the left. And I now declare you graduates of the Mississippi School for Mathematics and Science. Congratulations. Be seated. To the graduates of 2022, congratulations. This commencement symbolizes the culmination of 2 years of, I think we can safely say, very hard work. I commend you for your successful effort to take advantage of this opportunity that the state of Mississippi has provided to you. You are now members of another very special learning community, alumni of the Mississippi School for Mathematics and Science. But some things will never change. As an alumnus, you continue to be a member of the MSMS family. You don't get away from us this easily. You are still expected to work and study hard, to continue to realize your dreams, to be successful in your chosen professions, and to assume positions of leadership wherever you find yourselves. You are expected to lead and also to serve. You are expected to give to those who follow you in the MSMS family and to the taxpayers of Mississippi who have provided you with this opportunity. Until this point in your lives, your parents, your teachers, your caregivers have been focused on preparing you for life. They've taught you what they believe to be important and have given you the rules they felt were necessary to keep you safe. It's now time for you to become more responsible for yourself and to make your own decisions about how you move forward. As you more fully embrace life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, allow me to say I consider liberty the greatest privilege of being an adult and a citizen. That's what sets our country apart from all others. I urge you to cherish, practice, and defend this right. And I ask you to continue practicing the peace, love, and tolerance that has been your hallmark at MSMS. My final wish for you, push forward. Realize your full potential. Treat everyone the way you wish to be treated. Say thank you and make a difference everywhere you go. As a former Navy officer, I leave you with the traditional naval farewell. May your ship always have fair winds and following seas. You can figure that out, what that means later. As we prepare to conclude this ceremony, I request that all guests remain at your seats until all the graduates have exited the auditorium. The class of 2022 will be participating in one final exercise after they leave the auditorium. They will then be released to celebrate with their friends and family. At this time, I call upon Mr. Dylan Griffith to lead us in the singing of our alma mater.
Please join me in standing as you are able and singing the MSMS Alma Mater. Hail to thee, our glorious alma mater, and to thee we'll always be in debt. The friendships we have made together will ne'er allow us to forget. Hail to thee, our glorious alma mater. Hail to thee, our dear old blue and white. The fires of knowledge we have gained here will lead us on into the night. For some time we've labored long and weary, but our hearts to you are ever true. Hail to thee, our glorious alma mater. Hail to thee, our spirits dwell in you.
Please stand and remain standing until all graduates and faculty clear the auditorium.